Singleton patterns in 3 minutes. A singleton is a class of which you expect there to be exactly one instance in your app. So in a game that could, for instance, be the main camera or a scene loader or some other central object that does something. So we want a smart way to handle and support that into the singleton pattern. Here we see it implemented as a generic class, meaning that a part of it is undefined. The singleton class inherits from a model behavior and leaves a type T of type object undefined. So if you want to know more about that, you should see our video about generics. So in the start function down here, what we basically do is we figure out if the singleton has already been, if the place of the singleton has already been filled. And if it has, then we destroy ourselves because there should only be one singleton. And if not, then, well, then we're it. Then we're the singleton. So we find the component of type T that we share a room with in our game object. And we assign that to be the statically available singleton. And we can then later get to that instance by using the function instance that returns the correct type. So if we then want to make a camera singleton, of course we want to drop a class of a relevant type onto a game object that has a camera on it. So let's look at that. It looks like this. We simply inherit from singleton and specify camera as the type T. So camera will be the T over here. So it's going to have a static camera, the singleton, in this version here. And that's it. That's all we need to do. Then for good measure, we just require component type of camera up here so we don't accidentally drop this class on a game object that doesn't have a camera, because that would mean that this part would fail. So, of course, now the question is, how does that work in Unity? So in this scene, we have a camera, which is sort of the main camera for the scene, and there's only supposed to be one of it. So one camera in the scene ever. So in order to ensure that, I'll simply grab my camera singleton class that we just defined, drop it on the camera here, which goes fine, and I can run, and lo and behold, it renders. Nothing too exciting here. But what if we do? What if we take a duplicate of this one? So I'm just going to duplicate this one, and now I have two cameras in the scene, and I don't want that. And both of them have the camera singleton on it. So now when I press play, when the game starts, you see that one of the cameras has disappeared. One of the cameras was killed itself because it realized that there was another camera that was the singleton, which was then this camera. So there you go. Camera singleton instances simply done.